Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. So, about 31 degrees. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. You see 31. And, I don't know, it's about 3 o'clock, give or take a foot and a half. Monday, the 12th of January. Minus 1.3 degrees Celsius. I'm always hearing cars. When we get, seems like when we get snow, the sound of the cars up on the front road travels back here better. Anyway, you can see we added to the winter wonderland. This is that like 31 degree slushy snow, makes everything hurt. Yeah, I got so much crap. I gotta keep some of it outside, and I'm very careful because if I get ice forming in those things, then they're gonna crack and the water's gonna go into the case and ruin everything inside. Anyway, what am I up to today other than coming out here to fall on my butt? I'm looking at that Intek motor, and the carburetor, I don't know. Maybe it's gonna live. I'm a little concerned. I'm not thinking so. Yeah, I had to shove off the driveway because today it's freezing, but you know, right around the freezing point, you can see all the water. But it's supposed to go to 16 tonight. I don't know, what is that, about minus 10 Celsius. So all this crap would freeze up. And ice is bad enough, but having, you know, this crunchy, slushy snow that cars have driven through, then freeze over, would make life much, much worse. So, yeah, today's first game was doing the driveway. Anyway, let me show you guys this carb, see what y'all think. Sorry about the darkness. You should see some light in a moment. Yeah, down in the lower Horde. I couldn't get myself to work outside, so I set up a little workbench here in front of the fire, right? There's my little stool. There's the fire. And here's what we got. So here's the carburetor. And we do this in such a way that there's light on it, that we don't lose the light. I'm taking the screw out the bottom. So there it is. If you look at it, the float is not moving. It's all gummed up. I did get the throttle is barely moving. It's almost like the carburetor needs a good soak, but there's so much plastic in this carburetor, I'm not sure it's going to survive a good soak. I'm afraid that I'm going to soak it and it's going to fall apart. So whenever that happens, the next thing I do is I took a look out on eBay. This guy's got one right here, but if you select it, for parts not working, and then when you read what his problem is with it, oh, come on. Well, anyway, it's not showing the specifics, but basically he says it starts and it runs only on choke. And I'm afraid with all these little hidden passages. I don't know if you guys could see in there well. But I'm not going to get this thing to the same point. The flange size here is a width that I might be able to, I don't know if I can squeeze. Yeah, I'm not sure I'm going to be there's kind of an extender. Makes this whole thing stick out a bit. But even with the extender on it, I'm not thinking it's going to be a tight fit to like jam a Honda carb onto that. Why am I spending so much time looking at this and fussing over this? I want this cart, this UTV, one of its things, one of its requirements is I want it to start easy. You don't see an electric start on this motor. So literally, I want to be able to walk up to it, give it a couple of pulls, and have it running. I don't want to have to fight with it. It does have a nice, strong spark. I discovered that while testing it. I electrocuted myself. Too bad the camera wasn't on. You guys would probably enjoy the heck out of watching me get juiced and dance. And, you know, perhaps a profanity leaked out of my mouth. Other than this carb, this engine looks completely primo. So, right. This is kind of the always hurry up and wait when you get on a project. You kind of, you know, one step forward, one step back. So, got to fight with the carb on this guy. Question for you guys who build things or repair things and do that kind of stuff. This looks like 40 or 41, the sprocket on here, down in there. I don't know. If I had to guess, I don't know, 12 tooth, 15 tooth, between 12 and 14 tooth sprocket. I'm just curious, do you guys have any good connections out there for buying sprockets? I know Tractor Supply has them. I know Surplus Center, Nebraska, I think they are. They have, you know, kind of hit and miss depending what they got in their surplus bucket. I don't know, maybe BMI carts. I don't. You guys have any secret places to buy them reasonable? Because if you've bought sprockets, you very quickly realize that they're anything but reasonable. All right, I'm going to continue poking around with this. Probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to get as much plastic off this carb as possible. Right, I'll get the gasket off. I'll get as much plastic as possible. And then I think I'm going to throw it in the dip and hope for the best. I mean, this shaft for the choke looks like it's plastic. I mean, my experience is a lot of times when you pull out these plastic fittings, you put them back in. They're good enough to leak forever. I guess I'm looking at this carb and I'm just not thinking it's I'm going to rebuild it, and I'll probably do a nice job rebuilding it, but I just don't think it's going to fit my definition of reliability. So anyway, if you guys have any source out there, eBay doesn't seem to be, with the searches I've done, I've searched Intek, carb, and it gave me a bunch of big horsepower stuff, 14, 18 horsepower stuff. I just did a search for 6 horsepower carb, and it gave me that Intek there. I haven't looked at 206. I haven't done Intertek 206. So I have some more searches to do. But yeah, just in case, if you guys know some place where this carb could be had real cheap, real new and real cheap. To start with, I'd probably like to keep this engine stock, keep the governor on it, see how she does. If it, as long as it's, you know, this cart, what I'm going for is easy to start, reliable, fun, but you know, big performance it's not going to be. As you guys also noticed, I have several other golf carts in the horde. Probably at some point, the other golf carts, I'd probably like to do something with them. I'd really like, there's one guy on YouTube who smashed, it was a Suzuki engine onto a quad, and he's got a big shift lever off to one side here, and he shifts it and drives it. It's a lifted cart. It's black. So that's really cool. It doesn't go all that fast, so you know, he doesn't go, it's an old video, it's a couple of years old, and he doesn't go all that fast, so I think, and the way he's handling it, maneuvering it, I think he's going through the stock rear end, the stock golf cart rear end with the differential, because a lot of the turns he does are pretty tight. But anyway, it just looks like a lot of fun. It's electric start. It's really pretty cool. It's telling me it's stormy. Look at that. It could predict weather. Alright folks, thank you for watching and commenting and subscribing. Keep your feet down, keep your head up. Remember to enjoy all your days. You don't know how many you get, so make sure you enjoy your time. Bye now.